Hey there, history buffs and adventure seekers. Get ready for an epic time-traveling journey as we dive deep into the enigmatic world of the Vikings. Brace yourselves as we unveil the astonishing secrets of their legendary voyages to the unknown. Did these fearless warriors actually conquer new lands in the Americas? Join us on this mind-blowing expedition as we separate fact from fiction and uncover the tantalizing traces left behind. From Viking battles to lost settlements, we're about to rewrite history. So grab your helmets and get ready to be Viking-worthy, because this is living history, and we're about to blow your mind. Let's go! Like a fleeting gust of wind, they arrived and departed. The sagas whisper tales of the Vikings venturing into the enigmatic lands of North America, encountering unknown tribes known only as Skraelings. The year was 1000 AD, a time when the Americas had been isolated from Eurasia for over 12,000 years. Civilizations flourished independently on each side, oblivious to the existence of the other. Nearly 500 years before Columbus set sail, the intrepid Vikings from Greenland and Iceland voyaged to the Americas, possibly on multiple occasions. But their arrival was far from peaceful, my friends. Welcome back to Living History. Today, we delve into the Viking footprints in North America, their clashes with Native Americans, and the enigmatic vanishing act that followed. Around 980, the audacious Eric the Red embarked on a mission to colonize Greenland, spurred not by choice, but by his wild and banished nature. You see, this Eric character had rubbed out someone, and Iceland had no tolerance for such wildness. So in his explorations, he stumbled upon a frigid and inhospitable land, which he cunningly named Greenland to entice settlers. And his plan worked, luring a few thousand Vikings who made Greenland their home. Intriguingly, Eric heard tales of distant lands to the west from a wayward merchant sailor who had been blown off course while sailing from Iceland to Greenland. This captivating narrative fascinated Eric's son, Leif Erikson. Around the year 1000 AD, Leif set sail with a crew of 35 stout-hearted men determined to unveil the truth about this mystical land. And verily, he found it. Leif and his crew established a camp, believed to be in Newfoundland. There, his foster father, Tyker, indulged in the intoxicating allure of wine berries. The merriment that followed was said to be fueled by fermented cranberries, gooseberries, or squashberries, all found abundantly in the wild region. But Leif and his crew's stay was short-lived. They swiftly departed and sailed back to Greenland. Curiously, there are no documented encounters with Native Americans during Leif's fleeting visit to the New World, although the Viking Greenlanders likely interacted with the Thule, the Inuit ancestors, in Greenland itself. Archaeological findings reveal Norseman ivory carvings at Thule sites, as well as iron and bronze tools that surpass the Thule's craftsmanship. It's speculated that the term Skraelings, which the Vikings used to refer to Native Americans, originated from the Old Norse word skra, meaning dried skin, likely alluding to the animal pelts worn by the Inuit ancestors. However, Leif's brother Thorvald embarked on a second voyage to the west a few years later. Thorvald and his crew wintered at the camp Leif had left behind. In the spring, they encountered 9 slumbering natives nestled beneath skin-covered canoes. Without a moment's hesitation, the Vikings attacked, annihilating all but one. The surviving Native Americans swiftly sought reinforcements, leading to a fierce battle in which Thorvald met his demise by an arrow's sting. Despite the tense relationship with the Native Americans, the Vikings persevered for another winter before finally returning to Greenland. It would be a few more years until another Norseman, Thorfin Karlsefni, braved the voyage to the New World. Thorfin, a wealthy merchant hailing from a noble lineage, organized a grander expedition than the Erikson brothers, boasting 3 ships, a crew of 160 to 250 men and women, and even livestock. Thorfin's expedition ventured farther south than his predecessors, settling in a place known as Straumfjord. It was there that they encountered more of those enigmatic Skraelings. Initially, things proceeded peacefully between the two groups. Native Americans bartered furs for red cloth and a marvelous liquid they called milk, sourced from the cattle brought by the Vikings. But as fate would have it, tranquility took a treacherous turn. The Viking colonists found themselves teetering on a precipice of hostility, leading to outright skirmishes. And then it happened. A pivotal moment that would alter the course of their expedition. As one account tells it, a bull from the Viking camp broke free, causing fright among a group of Native Americans. They fled, but returned in greater numbers, ready for battle. Armed with catapults, they clashed with the Vikings in a legendary confrontation. This encounter could have been the breaking point for Thorfin and his dream of establishing a colony. Defeated, they abandoned Straumfjord and retreated to Greenland. No European would dare venture to settle in the New World for countless years to come. Regrettably, the evidence supporting the Vikings' presence in the Americas is scarce. However, one site, L'Anse aux Meadows in Newfoundland, stands as a tantalizing archaeological discovery. Back in the 1960s, a daring Norwegian couple named Helga Ingstad and Anne Stein Ingstad scoured the northeastern Canadian coast, driven by a desire to uncover archaeological traces mentioned in the sagas. And lo and behold, they found it. The fabled L'Anse aux Meadows, the sole confirmed Viking settlement in North America. Within this site, 8 sod houses stand as remnants, along with evidence of ironwork beyond the Native Americans' capability, and even the remnants of a boat-building frame. Some experts posit that this site may have served as a ship repair center. Considering the physical evidence of boat construction and its strategic location for sailing across the North Atlantic to Greenland, an additional piece of evidence solidifying L'Anse aux Meadows as a Viking settlement is a small but significant artifact, a bronze pin with a ring, likely used to fasten a cloak around the neck. Without a doubt, it bears the unmistakable Viking imprint. Similar pins have been found at various Viking archaeological sites in Scotland and Ireland, all dating back to the years between 920 and 1050 AD. Further south, on a beach in Brooklyn, Maine, another trace of Viking presence emerges. In August of 1957, an amateur archaeologist named Guy Melgren stumbled upon a peculiar old coin. At first glance, it appeared to be a medieval British penny. But in 1978, experts unveiled its true nature, a Norse coin minted between 1065 and 1093. The site where the coin was discovered, known as the Goddard site, boasts an abundance of arrowheads, leading some to speculate that the arrival of the coin coincided with the introduction of archery among Native Americans in the region. Was it the result of ancient Viking tutelage? The Goddard coin faced skepticism from historians and archaeologists, given past instances of Viking America hoaxes, including a fabricated runestone with Norse inscriptions discovered in Minnesota and a misleading map. However, the Norse coin underwent meticulous scrutiny by experts, who unanimously confirmed its authenticity, bearing all the marks of a coin buried for centuries. Our knowledge of the Vikings' presence and settlement in the Americas remains shrouded in mystery, dependent on the accounts from 2 sagas, the Saga of Eric the Red and the Saga of the Greenlanders. These sagas, collectively known as the Vinland sagas, were transcribed a couple of centuries after the events they depict, which took place around the year 1000. While these sagas vary in some aspects, they ultimately convey the same narrative of Viking settlements in North America. Yet ambiguity surrounds the exact landing locations mentioned in the sagas: Helluland, Markland, and Vinland. Helluland, the northernmost region, earned its name, meaning land of flat stones. Markland, lying in the middle, translates to land of forests, while the southernmost territory, Vinland, denotes land of wine. Numerous speculations have arisen regarding the potential locations of these places based on their described landscapes in the sagas. Baffin Island in Canada's northern territory of Nunavut has been posited as Helluland, while Labrador in the southeast is a proposed site for Markland. Vinland, thought to be modern-day Newfoundland, completes the trio. Another enigma surrounds the whereabouts of Thorfin's camp, Straumfjord. Descriptions in the sagas portray Straumfjord as a place characterized by strong currents, high tides, a natural harbor in the form of a bay, distant craggy rocks, a winter where the sun rose by mid-morning and set in mid-afternoon, and an overwhelming number of nesting birds, making it challenging to avoid stepping on their eggs. Several locations along North America's northern coast have been suggested for Strömfjord, ranging from Canada's Bay of Fundy and L'Anse aux Meadows to Massachusetts' Buzzards Bay, and even as far south as New York's Long Island Sound. The final mystery surrounding the Vikings' presence in America revolves around their abrupt departure. Why couldn't these formidable warriors establish a lasting presence in the Americas? Why didn't Norse culture leave a significant imprint on the population of North America today? Countless theories attempt to explain these perplexing questions. Perhaps their expeditions were ill-equipped with insufficient people and supplies. Maybe they faced relentless hostility from Native Americans, forcing their retreat. Yet, one prevailing theory centers on the weather. During the 11th century, when Leif, Thorvald, and Thorfin led their expeditions, the climate was relatively warmer, known as the medieval warming period. This climatic shift resulted in milder summers and reduced Arctic sea ice. However, this period of warmth was followed by a dramatic shift. The onset of the 12th century Little Ice Age brought colder temperatures and extensive ice accumulation, rendering many sea routes impassable. It also made life on Greenland and Iceland exceptionally challenging for the Vikings. Evidence points to food scarcity and plague, contributing to a drastic decline in Iceland's population from 150,000 to a mere 50,000 between 1250 and 1700. The Viking incursion into North America proved to be short-lived. What we know about their presence has been woven into legend, conveyed through sagas that may blend historical fact with mythological fiction. The tangible evidence consists of a solitary settlement, a pin, and a coin. Nevertheless, it sparks the imagination to contemplate the possibilities if the Vikings had established a lasting presence. Share your thoughts in the comments section. Did the Vikings truly set foot in the Americas? As always, thank you for joining us at Living History. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more captivating content.